Greetings, it's your girl Katrina Collins coming to you with another Spark Tomorrow 22. You know who we are at Spark Tomorrow 22. We just want to be a bright light in your next chapter, in your next big thing. I wanted to pause and give you a word this morning on breathe, even in the pit. Breathe. You know, oftentimes when adversity strikes, when we find ourselves not at the top of the mountain, but actually in a valley or in a low place, sometimes these low places I find are self-inflicted, and sometimes, you know, you've had some help from the enemy to put you there. But whatever the case, your timeline at times doesn't always end up on the top part of the mountain. Sometimes you find yourself fairly or unfairly, justly or unjustly, looking up from a pit. But when you're looking up from a pit, don't let the dirt get on you. Don't let that darkness enclose you. That's why we said here at Spark Tomorrow, we want to be a bright light, because some people are in a pit kind of season. For some people, the holidays is not joyous. For some people, the holidays bring about that feeling of those loved ones that are no longer around to bring in the holidays with. I am one of those. But I just encourage you, even if you find yourself in that dark place of a pit, emotionally, financially, breathe. That oxygen that goes to your brain allows you to process that much better. It allows you to see yourself out of that pit. And I just want to encourage someone, when you have good seed in the ground, when you have planted greatness, goodness, joy, sunshine, love, even financially in other people's lives, don't lose hope. Don't find yourself in a place of despair. We talked about that in a couple of videos ago. Go back and find it if you need it. But actually just breathe and just know that in due season, all of that good seed that you have placed in the ground in someone else's life is coming back. One of the things that I always used to empower the youth that I would work with and our personal children with was, when you put seed in the ground, here's the good news. That plant, that crop that comes up is so much larger than the seed you placed. Therefore, if you sow a little hate, if you sow a little division, if you sow a little strife, if you sow little lies, be careful, because that seed is not coming back the same size. That seed is going to come back bigger than what you planted. So be careful of the seeds you plant in the ground. But to the contrary, this is the good news. When you place a little bit of hope, a little bit of joy, a little bit of you can do it, a little bit of motivation, when you have planted those things in someone else's life, don't fear the pit. Because when you're in that pit, I promise you, angels and help are on the way. Just watch for it, hope for it, believe in it. Faith without works. When you have done great works and you have justly or unjustly been placed in a pit, just hold on. You know, there's a translation that explains the word hope actually developed from the word help. So you just hold your hope and understand that help is coming. Breathe. You know, I get it. We're in a season where it's quick to say all the things you're not going to do and all the walls that you're going to put up. But I would say maybe about 15 years ago, I experienced a tremendous heartbreak. At least in my mind, it was a tremendous heartbreak. And I was confiding with my earthly father, of how I was going to put a wall up. And I was not going to let anyone hurt my heart. I was not going to be the overextending family member that helped so many only to receive so little. And that I was going to just take care of me and mine and shut everyone else out. And my Father listened to me. He let me spew. He let me vent. He let me cry. He let me have all that time. And he calmly said, well, I hate to be the one to tell you, you won't be the first. You won't be the last. But I can guarantee you that's not who you are at your core. And I can promise you, if you do try to lead that type of life, Katrina, you're not going to experience the fullness of yourself, and you're not going to experience joy. You're going to find yourself in a place of bitterness. So what I really want to say to someone this morning that are finding yourself in a financial, emotional, political, whatever the case, the pit that you're finding yourself in, breathe. Don't put up any demonstrative walls. Allow yourself to still be you at your core. That doesn't mean don't forget those that mistreated you. See, agape love says, I won't do anything to you. I just love you unconditionally. That means I have to put you back in my circle. But these pits in life, breathe through them. Allow the oxygen to flow through you. Because I can promise you there is daylight coming. I can promise you that there is joy coming. And you have to hope, believe, and know that it is coming. You may not have needed this message this morning. Someone else may have needed this message. Some of you may have a bank of emotions stored up. I rarely do this, but I've been told to start doing this. Spark Tomorrow22. We have a collection of 16 different journals that allow you to reflect as a person, that allow you to reflect as a preteen, as a teen, a place for you to store your notes as an entrepreneur, a place for you to start those lyrics if you're actually a songwriter. But we have a collection of 16 different, I'll drop in the comments, the catalog. We also have a self-help book, because while I do encourage you to breathe through that pit, I do also know that you've got to be hostile in that pit. You can't just lay there and allow the dirt to be placed on you. You've got to use a force greater than that dirt, greater than that wind to get through it. So we have a self-help book, Hostile to the Wind. 14 principles for surviving the curveballs of life. Some of you, some curveballs have come your way. But you have to decide what's inside of you. I have packed in that book 14 principles that have allowed me to smile when I've been hurt the worst. That have allowed me to smile when my world has been turned upside down. And those that know me know that this is not just a commercial. This has been a way of life. 14 principles that allow me to stack and utilize my time in systems so that I'm accomplishing what many have asked me. How do you accomplish that in 24 hours? How do you make it happen in a week? Because I'm not able to make it all happen in a week. So I've compiled what people ask me, the questions of how do you do it? Where's your source? So Hostile to the Wind, 14 principles for surviving the curveballs of life. The author, me, Katrina Collins. It's on Amazon. The 16 journals that allow you to reflect and unpack your thoughts are on Amazon as well, and I'll drop the link. If you need to take it a step further and you need a life coach, I will also leave the website sparktomorrow22.com, where you can reach out and let me know how you would like to utilize me as a life coach, or maybe you just need someone to come speak at your event. And you all, that's church, that's organizations, that's businesses. God has equipped me to do it all. And I'm thankful and humbled by what he usually does through me, so that someone else can be set free. I understand that the gifting that he's given me, I understand that the doors he opens because of me are not about me. He taught me that early on, back in 2007, when he called me to start doing his work, that it was going to be greater than me. It would frighten me. It may not seem as if when I'm on a stage or I'm speaking, I'm nervous, but I am begging, pleading, and praying for the Holy Spirit to guide me. So that's all we had today. In the pit, breathe. Don't lay there. Don't change the course of who you are at your core. Stay true to you so that your light can continue to shine in these dark places. This is your girl, Katrina Collins, coming to you with another Spark Tomorrow 22. I believe this is episode 64. Like, subscribe, share. We're trying to be everywhere but on X or Twitter. We are on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Facebook as well as YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. Thanks.